What's going on, guys? Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Comics and Cannabis. I'm sorry, I mean previously on.
Same
Oh,
thing.
so for the moment, you guys got me and Dude. Marvell and Hyper are on the way.
They'll be here. You know Hyper. He's at Popeyes right now.
Right.
Yeah.
A little late. Just
Have
like
them greasy fingers.
Dude is taking care of the kids tonight. So I saw Baker's comment up here first. That's why I'm going ahead and addressing that.
Dude is not taking care of the kids. BC is taking care of the
Or
kids.
yeah, I'm sorry. BC is Dude's not there yet. But Dude's gonna make us uncle soon, we're sure.
Soon enough. Yeah.
And Keys will be back soon. So we got that. But to address what you're saying here, Hyper, whenever we do have all six on, I will be on here, all masked up and everything. So for sure.
You heard it. You heard it from the man himself, guys.
Right?
Once you have all six of us here at once, Face will be on.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen
Someday.
soon. Right? All right. Next up we got Hero. What's going on? Hero, thanks for joining us tonight.
I might be in your area next week there, Hero. I'll let you know.
Dude slacking off in the chat.
PowerPoint is not my friend.
Mr. Dan De La Torre, how are you doing tonight? Let's see, we got David Mason here. Also, he thought he was late. Never late with the Kingpins, bro.
No, never.
Exactly. Baker and Bleeker know it.
He knows it, man. That's the trick.
Right?
Yeah, he's got us all figured out.
Tim Sinkovich, what's going on? Thank
you.
We got Phil in here tonight, too.
Phil.
20 in the bag. He knows what's up. Wesley, what's going on? He's getting hyped for Saturday.
This comment actually makes me sad. We got to stop right here.
Yeah, go ahead. Let him know.
Yeah, guys, I've been so pumped to go to Comic-Con for the last few weeks, but, you know, things come up, last-minute things you don't expect, and unfortunately, I will not be making it anymore. My wife's starter just went on her car, so we're down to one vehicle for the foreseeable future until it gets fixed, and that also puts me back a little bit. So, you know, just priorities in life. Unfortunately, I won't be making it, but I'm going to try my darndest to make it in, when is it, August? August. I'll be there in August. But unfortunately, you know, life gets a hold of you sometimes.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah. It's always worse when it happens, you know, during convention season, which, you know, is getting ready to kick off. So
I'd rather it happen right now than in the middle.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
For sure. Okay, man, what's going on tonight? Bunch of plugs. Exactly.
What are you?
Plugs. All right, chill.
Going on?
Joining us. And let's see. I think I saw Bricks in here. Yep, there's Bricks. What's going on, Bricks?
Oh, Bricks. Appreciate you, bro.
Did I hit everyone? Oh, Marvell said he is almost home here. So he'll be joining us directly.
Arch will boo this man.
We gotta save it for later.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll get booed again. It's all right.
Right. It's all about timing. Exactly. All right. So, guys, we're going to go ahead and just jump right into it because, you know, we know Hyper is a huge fan of the new comic book day stuff right now since he's off on new comic book day. So we're just going to go ahead and get that out of the way.
Get started with
yeah. Plus, the list was made by me. So it's a pretty interesting one tonight. And I will tell you this week was fucking tough, man. It was not the best week. I mean, there's some solid cover buys, but yeah.
I was gonna ask when you said tough, like tough as in there's a lot of good books or not so much?
No, man, it was hard to find shit to like really put on the list, to be honest, to make a quote of honorable mentions and shit. So,
all right. Well, hey, we'll see what you made.
Right, it is what it is.
Exactly.
12 honorable mentions. Not quite that many tonight. I think we only got 4, but go ahead, dude. Let's start it off.
Well, bam.
All right. Yep, 4 tonight. So starting it off with number 1, we got Star Trek Defiant number 1, specifically the David Aja variant. He actually did another variant for Star Trek 1. They just relaunched here not too long ago that hit about $20 on the secondary market. So you don't. I mean, it's a dope cover. Aja's covers are always great, even if you're not a Star Trek fan. You know, you just don't see a whole lot of them. So low print.
I dig it, man. It's a beautiful cover. It just gives you that feel of like like a novel, like an older novel or an older movie poster kind of thing.
Yeah, like that super retro vibe.
yeah, just classic. I'm not the biggest Star Trek fan myself, but hey, this is if you are, this is a total cover buy. I don't blame you.
For sure. All right, let's go ahead and hit up number 3. Next up, we've got Trojan number 3. Again, you know what? This is actually a pretty good series, to be honest. The covers, though, are really dope. They're Jeff DeCall covers. So, I mean.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that for sure. And obviously, you know, it's got the Greek mythology vibe, Medusa going on there.
Mm-hmm.
I
haven't even read this series yet.
Yeah. It's definitely worth a pickup.
Yeah, okay. I'll check it out. AWA, nice.
Right. All right.
Ooh.
Next up, this is specifically for a couple of, our boys. We got Mr. Key Issues and Mr. Michael Baker. And, man, I'm a huge fan of Violator and the Clown in general. So this cover really stood out to me this week. It's fantastic, man.
Yeah, it's a beautiful cover. Who's the artist on that? Do you remember offhand?
Shit, I don't. But you know what? I bet you Michael Baker can tell us in the chat.
Oh, I'm sure he'll know. But yeah, it's a beautiful cover, honestly, and great storyline. I've been a few issues behind for a while now, but I'm excited to see where this goes.
Right. Yeah, and that's the other thing too is Gunslinger is probably, I think, my favorite of the different Spawn series that are going on right now too. So.
It definitely is.
Real quick before we move on, we are joined by the legend himself, Hyper Combo Comics, for New Comic Book Day. Yeah, we dragging you in.
Hyper Popeyes Combo Comics.
What the hell am I doing here?
Yeah, you really know how to time it well, eh?
I know it's. I wasn't speaking backstage, so I'm probably not going to be speaking during this segment. So we'll see.
Hyper's gonna be in here today, like.
What the fuck is going on in here on this day?
Yeah, that's gonna be me for all 5 picks, probably.
I love it. I love it. That's all right, Hyper. That's okay.
Cool cover, though. Cool cover.
I was just gonna say, do you have anything to add for this one? Yeah, cool cover.
Yeah, cool cover. I mean, that's as far as my analysis will go for this particular pick.
Oh, that's as far as we need it to go.
And Hero said Spears is doing the cover on this one.
Spears.
So, yeah.
First name Brittany?
I doubt that for some reason.
All right. Honorable.
All right. Next up, I kind of lumped a few different comics together here into one, just because, I mean, it was that type of week. So there was actually a few Ross variants. This one was pretty good, and there's a Kang Ross variant that I'll mention again later when we get a little further down the list. This is also the return of Titan, so I guess there's that. Yeah, I mean, mostly I'm probably picking it up for the Ross variant, to be honest.
Why wouldn't you, honestly? The Ross variants have been fantastic. Now they're doing all the villains, which is great. Everyone's got a favorite villain, or a handful of them at least. I can't say I know many people that one of their top is the leader, but still did a good job on it. I'll take it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Do you guys know by any chance? I know that the series should be ending soon, right? Is it at issue
I
15?
think so, yeah, because it's getting relaunched.
They're relaunching soon.
Okay.
I'm not sure what issue exactly it ends on. I don't remember if it's still on or not.
Because I know there's supposed to be an annual that's coming out soon as well. I saw that I think on the previews or something. There is a Hulk annual that's.
Oh yeah, damn.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen. I collected all the hero covers when Alex Ross did that wave like 2-3 years ago. I actually pre-ordered all the villain variants, so even for series that I'm not even picking up just because I want the whole Alex Ross set. And honestly,
you're not even a new comic book day guy. Damn.
Yeah.
It isn't, but listen, it's an Alex Ross cover at cover price, so I'll take it.
Exactly.
Right.
And I'm kind of digging the reverse eggplant thing that's going on with the leader. So yeah.
No, right? It is. I mean, it is a dope
Oh,
leader
no.
cover. You don't get many of them that you can actually say are really good.
Yeah, it's the thing is, like when you look back at the previous wave of the Alex Ross covers, I was actually just tracking some of them. Some of them, like people figure, okay, it's an open order, like everyone's gonna like have a shitload of them at the shops and all that. You'd be surprised how some of those covers have kind of picked up, like the Silver Surfer one, because I think it's also the first appearance of Antithesis or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
But that was during that Fantastic Four Neil Adams run, that mini run. But that Silver Surfer run is actually, people look for, like there's certain covers like that Iron Man. I was surprised that 9.8 is almost going close to $200 for that Iron Man Alex Ross in Wave 1.
Damn.
So people are looking to complete those sets. So
for sure.
No doubt.
Yeah.
It's definitely a good pickup. Just for the PC. Like I'm strictly collecting it just for the PC. Personally.
Yeah, they all just look great together.
Yeah.
All right. Well, next we are moving on. We are finally getting into the top 5, but I guess dude wants to start with number 4 for some reason.
I don't have a top 5.
I think dude may have forgotten a slide.
Like I said, PowerPoint's not my friend, and it was up to me tonight to do the slides.
Neither is arithmetics.
Definitely.
All right. Well, number 4, Batgirl 16. Batgirls has quietly been actually a decent read. But this cover specifically, the Marquez variant, man, it's just dope. Like,
I love it.
Yeah. I mean,
it's
kind of she's kind of got a Spidey vibe going on a little bit, but fuck it.
So here's my thing about it. The way she's drawn is fine, but I'm not really a fan of these lately. This trend of having every time. I mean, you
give it to us.
I'm not really a fan lately. I've noticed this very often where you're getting a lot of covers where the background is completely blank and it's just the character. I don't know. It's just it kind of feels like wasted space in my opinion.
Well, just wait, I've heard there's more.
I think it looks so clean, man. I love it. It's beautiful. It's a work of art. I'm buying this just for the cover. I don't care. Watch me. Do you watch? I am picking this up. This is beautiful.
The way she's drawn, it's great. But I'm just saying that the whole cover in general, I just felt like there's a bit of a missed opportunity in my opinion.
I don't like it when covers are too crowded. I think
well, that's the other extreme. Yeah, you're right. I don't like it when there's a lot going on in the cover, but like there should be like a certain balance, like like a happy medium. I find
that's fair. I got number 5 right here, Face. If you'd like me to show it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
You're number 5.
So it's Wolverine number 31, the Caselli icon variant, and it's on my phone here. So bear with me.
All right, there you go. You get a small screenshot of the slide there.
Yeah, there you go.
Hyper's favorite with that empty space there. But
what the hell? Yeah, seriously, you just prove my point again. It's like
that's too much.
No, listen, man. The Caselli icon variants have been fucking dope. So
yeah, I love the icon variants.
Look, in certain cases, I to Hero's comments point, it does make like Nakayama's negative space. I get it, and John Tyler Christopher when he did those negative space covers, I get it because it kind of works with that background. But what you just showed me, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it just feels like like I said, I always compare it to like you just put a clip art of Wolverine on a blank page and that's it. It's like insert clip art. That's all you did.
It is.
I mean, I guess that's kind of fair, but it's still fucking cool.
It is. Yeah, exactly. I like this more than the Batgirls, more than I like the Wolverine, just because there's some color to it in the background.
Sure,
the Wolverine,
sure.
They could add a little more to it. I agree, but it's still nice.
But that's going to be a hard 9.8 either way. So.
Oh, definitely, 100%.
Because of the white page, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one specifically because of the white is going to be really fucking tough.
Yeah.
All right, so next up we got Hyper. What do you think of this one?
What is this, like the week of like? Look,
I told you, man, this was a tough fucking week, bro.
Let me put it this way: I hope the guts of the book is better than the exterior, because I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. I'm guessing these are supposed to be like the who's of the Avengers, probably crammed into one page.
Not even.
No, so it's actually 2 because it was connecting. So it's a wraparound, first of all, and it was connecting with Avengers. Do you remember what issue it was? 65, 66, something like that, I think.
66 or yeah.
Sounds good.
Somewhere around there.
So so and I guess it's featuring, all the various Avengers, or at least a fucking lot of them, in pixelated form, which is just cool.
Well,
what's going on?
I guess cool is a very subjective term, but it just, like, again, it honestly feels very uninspired in my opinion. You're literally just inserting characters in. I mean,
that's awesome,
right?
Yeah, they're basically cut and pasting characters, but it's fantastic. You can pinpoint. Man, you could look at this cover 6 different times, and you're gonna find something new that you haven't seen the last.
I'm gonna lose my eyesight by looking at this cover.
I mean, you're not wrong, but until you lose your eyesight,
get a fucking magnifying glass. What the hell? How fucking old are you, Hyper?
Look at this. I mean, who said? I think Baker said it looks like an eye chart.
It kind of does. You can pick them out from a distance. Marvell, what do you think? Cool or not?
I actually like it. Despite what everybody else says.
You have like the biggest clock, and you like the cover with like the smallest pictures on it.
Good thing you pronounced the L, so thank you. But I like it. You know what? To me, it takes a lot of effort to put in that much detail to recreate every single character.
Right.
So yeah. Do you guys remember when after House of X, Hoxpox came out, and then they did like the new series, like the Marauders, New Mutants?
Yes. Yeah.
And they did the Every Mutant Ever kind of cover.
Yes.
I love that amount of detail, so that's why I like this.
Okay, hold on. I'll defend that cover, because at least that cover has like it's not just it doesn't look like what do you call it, like a line of suspects, lined up when you have to pick someone from the row. That Every Mutants cover at least had a bit of size and shape, and it was a bit more.
They have size in there. You
can see size and shape on
dude. It's all uniform, and it's just like one row after another row. It's like, what the hell? I mean, at least the Every Mutants looks like it looks like a better mural when you connect them all together.
I've decided I'm picking up 2 copies and sending one to Hyper.
There you go. Okay, that shit.
You send it to me, I'll post it on my wall. So every time I need to check my eyesight, I'll just look at it to see how many Avengers I can pick up.
Perfect. Yeah, if you can read the 3rd line, you're good.
Yeah.
Tim, I think it actually is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. It is a wraparound.
It is.
It's a wraparound. It's a wraparound connecting cover. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So you could basically test people. Like, people can check their eyesight while you're reading the cover and while they're looking at you reading the cover. So both
17 lines down, 20 in.
That's great.
All right, let's go ahead and move on. What do we got at number 2?
Number 2.
Up, shout out to Spinetix, Roscoe.
What's going on, guys?
Thank you guys for joining.
Yeah.
And Phil.
All right, so I'll hop in here. We got Noctera number 12 at number 2. Have you guys all been keeping up with Noctera? I know they took a little bit of a hiatus.
Yes. Yeah,
you guys are all caught up.
I took a bit of a hiatus also.
Dude, it's fantastic.
No. Again, no
Oh.
knock on the series. I just took a bit of a hiatus on the series just because of other stuff I was reading. Yeah. Listen, at least we've broken the streak of shitty covers, and we're on the right track. So I'm look, this cover I definitely
I
can
hope so. It's number
get on
2.
board with.
But you know what
What's
though?
that?
This is an A cover, man.
There you go. See, it's like it goes to show that A cover sometimes can be better than variants.
You're not wrong. It is really dope A cover. Yeah, as we said, Noctera, it kind of ended on a cliffhanger. So real quick, spoilers, if you haven't been paying attention. Val kind of got mutated, and I'm assuming that this is where it's gonna pick up. At least I'm hoping. But I know they like to do that shit where they'll like especially, I mean, Scott Snyder specifically, he'll do that shit where, he'll leave something on a little bit of a cliffhanger and it'll just kind of disappear for a couple of issues before he gets back to it. You know what I mean? Like he'll go off on a tangent that'll kind of connect, like he'd follow the other group or people or whatever. So we'll see.
I would guess / hope that this is where it picks up, man, because it looks like shit's about to go down.
Yeah.
Especially with that mutation. You're like, all right, here we go.
Right. I mean, but like I said, she got separated from the main group, so I wouldn't be surprised to see it follow the main group and not even adjust her for like an issue or two. I hope that's not what happens, but we'll see. Either way, it's a great fucking read, and I'm glad we're getting Noctera back. So finally,
is Noctera? It got optioned, right?
I believe so.
It did right at the beginning.
I think that's why
a little bit after than that, but I'm pretty sure it got optioned. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because issue one did get a bit of a bump in price for that moment that news came out. So I believe it did actually get optioned.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it was around issue 4, 5, or 6, like around that area, is when it started gaining traction there.
No, I don't know how much further along they are after that option use. Like, I mean, because we all know option can mean squat.
Yeah. Everything's getting option these days. Whether they do something with it is a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just finding out.
It could be a really good show.
What's that?
Yeah, it could be a really good show if they do it right.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes option, it could take, like, we're just getting news about something is killing the children, we're just getting, and that was, we heard about that option news, like a year ago, I think, so.
Right?
Yeah.
Nowhere Bound, what's going on?
Wait, Wesley's saying that
Wesley said Snyder said
it's in production. Okay, all right, that's
nice.
That's promising.
Yeah, I'd watch the hell out of this.
Do we know who picked it up? I feel like AMC would do good with it. I think.
Yeah,
it could.
Yeah.
To kind of replace The Walking Dead.
Yeah,
exactly.
They could, yeah, and they will be looking for something to replace it for sure.
Yeah.
Although isn't Walking Dead doing like 5 spin-offs or something? Like, I'm exaggerating, but I feel like
I think it's literally like 3 or 4 spin-offs. Yeah, you're pretty close, man.
I know there's a Daryl spin-off and a Negan and Maggie spin-off.
And then there's
you have Michonne and Michonne and Rick movie.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah,
it's 3.
Actually, I don't know if they're still doing a movie. They may have turned that into a series too or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, I mean,
shit. All right.
So let's go ahead and jump into number 1.
Oh, buddy.
This is a fucking.
Go
ahead, dude. Go ahead with this one. Intro this. This is a tongue twister.
Yeah. So, welcome, guys. We are back in the Massiveverse. The Massiveverse is releasing another. I think it's a 10-issue series called No One. So basically, the whole city goes to hell. I think it's Philadelphia goes to hell after Richard something murders. Some guy named Richard did a bunch of murders. So everyone's revolting, kind of doing their own thing. And then, there's this masked vigilantes called No One, somebody or some people that are rising up, to overthrow the powerful, the rich, the corrupt. So that's all we know so far. And that it's part of the Massiveverse. This is going to be great.
Kind of like sort of V for Vendetta vibes in the Massiveverse.
Exactly like that. And we got that A cover, we got a B cover, and we got a C, which is a blank sketch variant. We also have, if you guys have been collecting the Tom Wallen variants. So we have the 1 in 10. I'll blow
Yeah,
myself up
put yourself on the big screen. What the hell?
Yeah. So we got the 1 in 10 right here.
Yeah, those are fucking dope.
Yeah, I know a lot of people have been collecting those.
Yes, sir.
We do have a 1 in 25, but it's not as nice as this 1 in 50. So I'll show the 1 in 50.
That's nice.
Yep, that's pretty
That's
nice.
beautiful. I love it. And let's see if I can get. There's the 1 in 25 here. Like I said, I dig the 1 in 50, but the 1 in 25.
Yeah, the 1 in 25 is better. Yeah.
1 in 50 is fantastic.
Wait, hold on. So this is the 1 in 50, right?
This is the 1 in 50. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I prefer the 1 in 50 better. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
What up, Hudat? And I think I saw Kenneth Bird before. What's up, Kenneth? And Chef Ardy.
And
But yeah, this is going to be another series to add to the list. If you're a fan of Radiant Black, Supermassive, Radiant Pink, you name it.
Radiant Red.
Plus the podcast.
And yes, it is going to be paired up with a podcast too. I don't know when they said they're releasing on the Wednesdays as well.
Yep.
Of Who Is No One. So it's going to delve a little further into the series and the characters. So I don't know how hand in hand they're going to go, but it might not be a bad idea.
What's that? There is a Radiant Black podcast. Obviously we know some of the guys that are involved.
Yeah, the Radiant Black podcast. Yeah.
Which is fantastic. Are they involved with the No One podcast? Because that would be dope.
That would be dope. As far as I know, it's just from the writers themselves.
Okay. I got you.
I think it's almost like the audiobook type of reading, but not the issue itself. But it's by Patton Oswalt and I think Rachel Lee Cook.
Yes, that sounds about right.
The two characters, yeah. So that'd be really interesting. How it plays out, but yeah, they're prepared to do it weekly as each issue comes out. So that's really neat.
And it really makes you like think about this. Like they're building themselves quite a universe. They're building the basis to something even greater.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they got Patton Oswalt.
I would not sleep on this.
Yeah, they got Patton Oswalt and Rachel Lee Cook. I mean, that's a fucking. They're basically a step away from doing an animated series.
They're going all out with this.
Well, I mean, Kyle Higgins even mentioned. I think it was Kyle Higgins, but it was one of the books, and they talked about. I think it was just before the announcement of Supermassive. They even mentioned the animated series as well. They said, we did an animated short. Every week that Radiant Black comes out, we have like new merchandise, like in their Black Market Narrative store. They're doing like the Supermassive, they're doing fan events already for a series that's been out for maybe 2 years, a year and a half. Yeah. So they're really they want this to succeed, and for a amount that they're putting in,
fucking good too. Yeah. Like honestly, I mean, even I would say even the series that are my least favorite have still been, enjoyable. They may not have been the greatest read in the world or anything like that, but they've been enjoyable. Yeah. There hasn't been any that I would say were bad. So, hopefully they can continue the trend and No One will be good too. I mean, it sounds like a really dope premise.
It really does. I'm interested to see where they take this and how it's going to tie into everything else. And, what timeline era they're in to figure out where everybody is and how it all fits together. It's going to be great.
All right. Well, that's our top 5 picks and honorable mentions as done by.
It was nice and compact.
Subjected to my taste.
It actually went by. That was actually very brisk.
Well, we had 4 honorable mentions and 4, but really 5 after I pulled it up.
Yeah.
Top 5. So we only had 9 picks altogether, which is pretty good.
That breezed by pretty fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there is one that we kind of forgot to bring up.
Yep.
That was what?
No, we did. Go ahead.
Wait, you did mention it?
No. We did forget it. Is what I was saying. So
it's Berserker number 12. So the final issue of the series is finally out. And as far as we know, Netflix is still going forward with an animated series and a live action. So
they're doing both.
Yeah, that was the part.
Damn.
Right off the bat. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah,
that'll be exciting. I'll watch it, and it's nice that the series is wrapped up. I literally only picked up the first 2 issues, so I'll probably pick it up in trade form.
Yeah,
finish it off.
Actually,
go ahead, Face.
I was just gonna say I'm probably having the same plan as dude. I mean, I think the first issue or two, I think, because of the something is killing the children thing. But after that, I mean, I kind of fell off. I did hear it got better, but at that point I was like, well, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and wait till it comes out in trade and grab it then. So,
and I was reading it issue to issue, and yeah, really like each issue takes like minutes to read because it's a lot of just panels of him
exactly
punching somebody's head off and something like that. So you're not missing much. So like as a full series, it's probably better to read that way because what when I read, I'm like, okay, well that was like me sitting on the toilet and just scrolling through and reading it. So
and $4.99.
Yeah,
it almost felt like a bit of a sort of repackaged John Wick type,
Yeah.
I mean, given the guy who's behind it, so I mean,
right. No, and I get that, but that's why I kind of fell off of it after the first couple issues. I was like, okay.
But you know what? Like, as a live, like, I wasn't aware that they were doing a live action. But if they are, I would like them, especially with the kind of stylized violence that they do in the comics. I wouldn't mind seeing it almost like, I don't know if you guys saw the movie 300.
Yeah.
Like the way that they did that, like the comic booky kind of violence where it wasn't like you could tell like the blood was kind of digitized and all that, like that whole stylized violence. I think this kind of series would kind of lend itself well to that.
Or like Sin City type of thing.
Yeah.
That would be cool too.
Exactly like that.
Yeah. Both Frank Miller properties actually.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Actually, speaking of 300. So it's the 25th anniversary. I know this will be quick. It's the 25th anniversary, and they're already releasing 25 different variants of the book. At least 25. But I don't know.
Well, it's Image, right? So yeah, no surprise there.
That book was like an oversized format to begin with, right?
I never really read it. I only watched.
I think it was like an oversized. I don't think it was like a standard comic format when it first came out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, knowing Frank Miller probably, but yeah, 25 variants already announced. So 25 planned already. Sorry.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
I did like the movie. I'll admit I never actually read the actual.
I only watched the movie too. So I have something important I got to bring up before we move on to the next segment, just because I see it here and I can't forget it.
Okay.
Michael Baker, man, you're right. We are only 8 subs away, guys. Only 8. We have 500. I'm sure between all of us here in the live chats and the panelists, we know people that need to subscribe to the Comic Kingpins. We got tons of giveaways. We're going to have a great time. We're going to have tons of guests on. And a bunch of you guys donated giveaways too, which is fantastic. We appreciate each and every one of you. But let's make this happen, guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to happen soon.
For sure.
Amazing show.
Hey, we're getting closer. We're almost there. Yeah, like you said, got a lot of good books to give away. So can't wait to do it. All right, guys, get your papers ready because you know what time it is. You know what's up next.
Thailand, nowhere close to an actual news network.
I was trying to look for a paper, but nah.
Oh, there we go. Dude pulls out the Power Rangers, of course.
Always.
It was either that or Nova, like for sure.
Yeah, I know. Power Rangers was the closest to me.
Right.
All right. What do we have for news today? Ooh, this excites me. I won't lie. So Jenna Ortega to the MCU. Wednesday Addams actress Jenna Ortega has been reportedly cast in Daredevil Reborn or Born Again for the role of Ava Ayala. How do you say that? Ayala.
Ayala.
AKA the White Tiger. I think it's great. I'd love to see Jenna Ortega take on the MCU. Fantastic actress. I think she'd fit well. But I was talking about this with Archel today, who's probably in the chats here somewhere, and he brought up a good point. She's a little young, like
I was gonna say this,
a little young. But hey, we cast older actors in younger, positions.
No,
why can't we do the opposite, right?
Hold up. But wasn't White Tiger? Wasn't she involved with the Champions or
and the Avengers Academy? So she was.
So she's a young character anyway.
I don't know. I don't know. And especially she'll be wearing a mask too at some point, probably. Who cares?
That's I was gonna say, if anything, my question would be, like, she is really small in comparison to.
That's it.
But
That's
movie
it.
magic. I mean, look.
But I mean, there is movie magic. So
Tom Hardy was 5'9" and he played Bane. So
But we said the same thing about what's her name? Who played Shuri? What's her name?
Who?
Letitia Wright.
Letitia Wright. We said the same thing. Like, they're gonna fall off the dot.
That's true.
I didn't see no muscle on Letitia.
No, and they did make her look dope as Black Panther. So
yeah, but they didn't put any muscle on her.
The same thing. Yeah, with White Tiger.
But Marvel does seem to reconceptualize characters on the big screen than they like as opposed to how they are in the comics. I mean, it seems like apart from like the original Avengers and all that, a lot of some of the offshoot characters, it feels like they tend to get redone on the big screen as opposed to how you see them in the comics, I find.
Or even really for someone who's like a cat-like personality, think of who you have. So you think of like Selena Kyle, and think of Zoe Kravitz. You know, she's very thin, model-esque. You know, like that slinky body type. So this kind of works. Like you think like an actual cat, you think of it like small and slender and able to slink. So
I mean, the other cool thing is just the star power that she brings to it. Just because it's not a mainstream character, like it is someone that I guess would say is more B or C level or whatever. That deserves some more recognition and will get it just because Jenna Ortega is going to end up playing this character possibly. So.
Did you guys say that you think she's too old to be Vita or Ava Ayala?
No. I don't think that was ever the criticism that she's too old to play that.
Oh, I thought you said because she's literally 20. So
no. It's the opposite. Like the concern was that she might be too young. But I would figure by the time she's in that role, she's probably it's gonna be a few years down the line, I would think, right?
Yeah, they're not just gonna start off with her as is, and she's already White Tiger. She's gonna grow into that. We're gonna see the progression, and she'll form the White Tiger.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. Hold on. Before we go any further, this one right here, Michael Baker. Does anyone really see Steven Yeun as Sentry though? You know what? I'm gonna say I think there was a missed opportunity. I don't really see him as Sentry. I would have loved to have fucking seen him as Amadeus Cho.
Yeah,
that would have been my pick. But I'm a fan of Amadeus Cho, and I want to see him in the MCU. So.
And same faith, but like you guys know I love Amadeus Cho, but like Steven Yeun is actually too old to be Amadeus Cho. He's literally
he is
true.
Okay, but listen. If I may, okay. Look, how can I say this without getting canceled? So he doesn't look old, right? And that's Actually, I'll leave it at that. He doesn't. He looks younger than what his age probably is. Because I don't even I don't know how old is he. Like I'm gonna guess just based on your comment. Is he in his 40s at this point?
I would assume possibly, yeah.
See, the thing is,
late 30s, early 40s.
Let's find out.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, he I find he could still pass off as late
1983.
39.
Yeah, see, you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
So, and hey, what's up, Dan De La Torre?
But actually, so back to the Jenna Ortega. This is old news though. So why is this being brought up again? Like, is it confirmed? Because we talked about this in November. I remember this when Wednesdays was airing. They had mentioned it.
I think it's just a strong rumor that's presenting itself again. I don't know if there's been any actual confirmation yet.
Yeah. Along with a lot of Daredevil related news.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Who that? I ain't black actually, but I don't know.
Listen, if who that said it,
love it.
You're good.
Yeah. We're good. We can't get canceled now, Hyper.
I don't know if that was the impression I gave, but no, I'm actually not black. Who that? But
Keanu is Sentry. Yeah, I could actually see that.
I can see that.
Yeah, actually. All right. Next up, what do we got, dude?
Next up, we have some more Daredevil news.
All kinds of Daredevil news tonight.
I'm sorry, guys. It is not going to include Deborah Ann Woll and Eldon Henson as Foggy and Karen.
The Bash brother.
Yeah.
I mean,
I loved the characters and I loved the casting in the show, but not enough to become so attached that it's like, oh, well, like I'm upset now. Cool. Recast. We'll see what happens. I just didn't have that strong of a connection with them. They were good. Don't get me wrong. Just
I don't know. Who that's comments making who that? No, it's not that I'm denying that. I think who that thinks that I'm actually black and I'm identifying as I'm literally not black. Like I'm like
who that? He is a meat popsicle.
I am South Asian actually. So I have no black genes in me. So it's not a case of me. What do you call it? Running away from my race. so I got to put it out there before I get comments on the DMs like, yo, be proud of who you are. It's like,
I mean,
be proud.
I wasn't gonna say hyper, but damn.
Yeah, fuck.
No, I don't know. I really liked Eldon Henson as Foggy, to be honest. More so even than Deborah Ann Woll as Karen. I think she came more into her own in the Punisher series than she did in Daredevil. But I mean, is there any possibility that it could be a swerve too, and maybe they are gonna end up being in a show?
Wait, hold on. So is it definitively like a fact that they're not, or is just one of those situations where it's like someone asked and it's like kind of like a no comment situation?
Like, is Andrew Garfield going to be in the Spider-Man movie? No.
Yeah, like kind of like one of those like a bait and switch situation where it's like they didn't exactly flat out say it's like a definitive. It's almost like it's not like a Cavill situation where like they outright said that Cavill isn't going to be in the relaunch, right? Mm-hmm. Are we dealing with the same situation for these two? I wonder.
Well, you could say that almost with every kind of casting that somebody turns down and says they're not going to be in it. As far as I know, it's
there also is the possibility that, like Hira said, maybe the story just doesn't actually need those characters. Doesn't need Foggy Nelson or Karen Page.
That could be it too.
There were some reports that I guess there was a shootout scene with another character that we'll be talking about here in a minute. That takes place, I guess, in Harlem. So people were thinking maybe Mike Coulter might show up as Luke Cage or something like that. So who knows?
And look, I mean, look, just from a familiarity point of view, yes, I would like to see as much of the original cast from Daredevil return, but it doesn't. I like these two characters. I don't want to say they're expendable, but I just feel like I don't think it's gonna hurt the series by recasting. Especially, I'll be honest, Karen was kind of annoying me at certain parts of the season. So,
so the problem becomes if you bring back these characters, and then you bring back, say, like Mike Coulter or Kristen Ritter as Jessica Jones or whatever, you eventually run into the what do you do about Iron Fist? Because at some point they're gonna want to use the character. I would think he's,
yeah.
Well, then he gets killed in the multiverse, and then we can have a new one.
So we gotta I mean.
But you know what?
You don't think they could save it with just rewriting the character? Maybe keep the actor and just change how the characters are written?
I mean, maybe.
Is that possible?
But honestly, to me, I really, aside from the fact that they're casting the same characters, I don't really care. So, everyone's like, oh my God, Charlie Cox is, back as Daredevil. And then you saw him in She-Hulk. So that, if that is, how they're going to, write Matt Murdock, then do you really love any character? Because everyone's like, oh, Matt Murdock would never be doing the Walk of Shame from.
Yeah, that was. Oh gosh, that was.
So I mean,
that's the other one too. Is Elektra was not fantastic in the Netflix stuff. So,
Baker. That woman's fine as hell. What's wrong with you, non-black hyper?
Oh, geez, we're going there now. It's
Now
not about. I'm not talking about her looks. I'm talking about just. She was just annoying me how she kept antagonizing Daredevil. Like leave him alone. I mean, I get it. I get it. You want to know who he is.
Yeah,
you
she
wanna...
came across more whiny in Daredevil.
Yeah,
but like,
it's
she
like
did come into her own more in the Punisher. So
even Foggy was annoying me to some degree. So
oh no, Foggy was dope.
What's who does someone's microwave going off? What's happening?
Oh,
Not
that's
me.
There's a bomb.
That's like the most
we probably
cheerful.
shouldn't say that shit.
That
We're
doesn't
just
sound like
kidding.
a bomb. That sounds like
There's
dinner's
no
ready.
bomb.
my sister's
No,
sending
it's
me
a bomb.
guys. Sorry.
Hey, what's up, Shia Pet?
House. What's that clock for?
Not to tell the time, it's an hour behind.
Yeah, it's ticking backwards, eh?
Right? From the past.
All right. What do we have up next?
All right. So what's next? What's next, dude?
I'm gonna guess some more Daredevil news.
I feel like there is more Daredevil news.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at that.
No. So guys, we've all been waiting for it. We all knew it was coming. We just didn't know when. John Bernthal, MCU. Let's go. What more could you want? He is the perfect portrayal of the Punisher, in my opinion.
He is, but I am kind of concerned with how he's gonna play in the Disney sandbox. And just because of
But
how
well can you play as the Punisher in the Disney sandbox?
Well, that's the problem, though. Punisher is naturally a gritty character. So the thing is, anything other than like a hard R-rated Punisher, I don't know how he's gonna fare well in this new direction. I mean, I would hope that he's not playing too much in the current, like in terms of kind of like Moon Knight, where he's more of like a standalone-ish character. I
was just gonna compare him to, you know how they did Moon Knight though. You know, they made it dark, gritty, and they kind of pushed their limits a bit, right, with some of the fight scenes.
Yeah, but I mean,
it would still work well for the Punisher.
Punisher has to turn it up a notch. Like Moon Knight was all right in terms of that, but he definitely needs. They need to go with the same direction how apparently they're doing with Deadpool, where they are going to go with the R-rated situations. I just feel like there's no other way. I mean, look, every iteration of the Punisher, from Thomas Jane to the other guy, Ray Livingston. I mean, like every iteration they've made it. I don't think I've seen a PG-13 Punisher at this point. So.
But you know what? I think he could still be a good character in a limited like supporting actor, because I mean he's not the main character. So you know what? He can have some scenes where he's kicking somebody in the face or shooting them kind of off screen type of thing, and still be Punisher in that sense. But they don't have to show it, and they don't have to be so heavy with his scenes, or they can do it so few times that they can avoid. Because I think our ratings also kind of not given on like the amount of like bloodshed and stuff like that, and
I don't know how they go based on what I'm not really sure exactly what's
the criteria. I know swearing counts and stuff like that. So
yeah.
I mean,
I think they've come out. I think they've said that they wanted or are going to get more into the more mature stuff, because Deadpool, I think they were looking at the R rating for that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, and I mean, Punisher, he okay. So at this point with the MCU, we're getting to the point where not every character needs to be a fucking Avenger, to be honest. And I think some of these characters are going to end up, he'll show up maybe in Daredevil Born Again or whatever, obviously, and that'll be like our introduction to this version of the Punisher. And then people like it or whatever, he'll get his own spin-off show. But I don't know that they'll use him in like an Avengers movie necessarily or something.
No, I don't see that.
And they don't need to.
More of a standalone type of character.
They don't need to. I mean, like the reason
they really
why,
don't.
Like the reason why I feel also the Netflix series, I would say Iron Fist is a bit of an outlier, but for the most part, most of those Netflix standalone series work very well, is because like just like that, they were just standalones, and they had some interactions here and there, like in an episode here and there, but you could watch any of those series essentially on its own without having to watch, except for the Defenders, which basically brought them together. But I think Punisher is just better off as a solo act, and interacting with Marvel characters maybe as an Easter egg here and there, but I don't think it's crucial for him to kind of be embedded in the MCU. Like, let's say someone like an America Chavez is going to be, like, going forward.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a good point. I can see that.
Empire, what's up?
Hey.
Ooh, we got to take John Bernthal as the Punisher all day. I mean,
all day, man, easily. Yeah. 100%.
I mean, Shane didn't make it past season 1. Wait, it was season 1, right? That he died.
Yes.
Wasn't it halfway through?
Yeah. Because they went to the farm and because season 2 was the prison. Yeah. So it was season 1 that he barely, he didn't even make it out of season 1.
He didn't even make it to CDC.
Tim, we got some good news for you on that. It's not going to be that new symbol they had that was only for a short amount of time while he was working with the hand. We're going to get our classic Punisher logo.
Well, I mean, I think he's still using that symbol in the Punisher series, but he's still working with the hand and everything like that. It's actually a really fucking good read too, to be honest. So
yeah,
one of the really good series coming out from Marvel right now. So.
Oh wait, hold on, Face. I think I stand corrected. I think Baker is right. It is season 2 because they do go to the farmhouse, and because I remember he does shoot Otis.
It was season 2,
yeah. It was season 2. Okay, sorry. You're right. He did actually.
Yeah, it's on the farm that he gets killed. Actually,
because he actually did make it to the CDC with them, and then they actually went to the farm after. Yeah, I do remember. Okay, it's coming back to me.
They were in the woods. There was a fucking zombie or some shit like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Dude,
any guesses, guys? More Daredevil news?
Sorry?
What do you think? More Daredevil news or no?
No, there's got to be something.
Just based on that question, I would think that there is.
All right, let's find out.
No more Daredevil.
So reports are saying now that Bad Bunny's Spider-Man spinoff El Muerto unlikely to make 2024 release date.
Hey, this is some scary shit.
I couldn't care less. I don't care if this movie ever gets released. Personally, don't know the character. Don't care about the character. This is something nobody asked for. Absolutely nobody. I put your hand up if you asked for this or wanted this.
I'll be honest. This is one of those situations where let there be carnage. I'm going to wait for this to come on Netflix.
Yeah,
or Amazon Prime Video free. No, not the paid version. When it comes free streaming, that's probably when I'm gonna watch this.
Yeah, if we see it, we see it. If not, I really don't care. Yeah,
this will be a great movie to watch while I'm cleaning the my house.
Exactly, it's the movie. You watch for 20 minutes one night, you fall asleep, you start it up again, fast forward to the part you were at, play it for another 10 minutes, fall asleep, then you realize after a week you still haven't seen it.
Look, for all I know, I could be eating my words, and this ends up becoming a smash hit, and it ends up kind of surprising everyone. But I'm just gonna listen. I am gonna be prejudging it because look, Bad Bunny, I've never seen his acting credentials and all that. So, yes, I'm going off of that merit, and sue me. I just think that I'm not really looking forward to this movie.
Let's play some bets. I am so confident this will not be good that if it ends up being good. And, the majority of us Kingpins, when it eventually comes out, watch it. If the majority of us Kingpins agree that it's a good movie, I will give a slab away to the chat. Hands down, I will give a slab away if this ends up being a good movie.
I'm going to say it's good anyway, just so you got to give a slab away.
I'm available for purchase, so you can sway my vote now. Just, hit me up on IG.
What? I wouldn't be surprised if this never even comes out.
Yeah, exactly. And I wouldn't care either.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't want to go again. I don't. I mean, it is a bit unfair to go too hard on a movie that doesn't even have a release date yet. But okay, I'm just gonna say this. I'm probably gonna give it the nicest comment I can.
Well, you already screwed up with your Century comment, so continue.
Yeah, and my identification of not being a black person comment. So let's see how I do well with this one. I will hold reservation until this comes out. That's the best thing I can say right now.
That is very polite and kind of you, Hyper.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's all we can do.
Well, with the when you say it's not going to make its 2024 release date, well, we're barely into 2023. What was your release date supposed to be?
Yeah, and like, what is the complication with making it?
Yeah, because you literally have almost a year and 3/4 to make it. So you're just not going to be doing it at all. Like, because I mean, most movies can be done in under a year, so it's going to be a shit movie to slap together anyway. So go for it. I mean,
maybe they have higher ambitions.
Maybe he's gonna be. Maybe he's gonna be on tour or fucking wrestling or some shit.
Bad Bunny, he is like quite the touring artist. Like he made bank last year.
And listen, as someone who actually watched him at WrestleMania, he actually surprised a lot of people and how well he moved in the ring. Like, you know, for a small dude and all that, he actually opened a lot of eyes. Not saying like he's like the next Rock or something, but like for a celebrity to just jump
maybe
in.
Maybe that's what they're waiting on. He's got to bulk up for the movie. Maybe. Who knows?
He's gonna have to do a lot of chicken breasts.
On the other hand, who the fuck cares?
Yep, I agree with Face, 100%. And Baker, do you get to choose the slab? There's four. I'm pulling out of that. No, you're not. Nobody's getting.
Not as Nova, not as Power Ranger. So anything else is free game. So
pretty much. Pretty much.
Like, not in my Nova.
Not my Nova, not my Power Rangers.
Well, maybe
that's all my slabs.
maybe the Sam Alexander. That might be debatable.
You know? That 8.0. What was it? What was that grade?
Large crease along
the 8.5. Thank you very much.
Oh, 8.5.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do we got any more news, dude, or are we?
Yeah, as Baker said, let's K-man this news and move on.
Right. Shout out to Ozzy, Comic Ozzy. Definitely follow him.
Yeah, this is what we're ending our news with. And hey, Hyper's here, so this is great. We got to talk about that TMNT mutant. What was it? Mutant Mayhem. Yeah.
And you have to put this particular screenshot on for me to discuss.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Because we knew you'd like this screenshot.
Okay, so look at. I'm coming from a point of view where I'm kind of starving for some TMNT content on screen, so I'll take what I can get at this point. Now, here's my thing about this. I guess my expectation, just based on like, because I saw the last animated movie that came out for TMNT was, I believe, the 2007 movie, which was phenomenal. I enjoyed it. It had a bit of more of a serious take on, which is how I kind of like. I mean, it had some comedies with this one. The only thing about it is it's leaning a bit more. I mean, I'm hoping that they're going to do a series of movies. I would think, and I would hope that this is more like, I guess, their formative years, because this does have a bit more of that kiddier, like the Nickelodeon-ish side of the Turtles to it.
Yeah.
So, again, I'm still gonna watch it, but that was just one thing that kind of threw me off. How it didn't seem like there wasn't like high stakes kind of in this movie. Mm-hmm. It seemed like it was just gonna be like more of like a slapstick kind of affair. I'm not sure how I feel about how they drew Splinter. To be honest, Splinter didn't feel like the Master Splinter I knew. He looked a bit too comedic for his own good.
Who's voicing him? I forget.
Jackie Chan, man. Jackie Chan. We got a fantastic voice cast.
And look, I'm glad Chia Pet said it, so I'm not the first person to say it. No, and nothing about April O'Neil being not white, because if you guys know the origin of April O'Neil, she was actually supposed to be colored in the actual comics, but because it was black and white, they actually turned her white. But initially, the original conception of April O'Neil was supposed to be colored, so that's not. But it's just that I don't know. She kind of looks
like Velma. Like
what's that?
It does look like Velma. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get a real Velma vibe from her.
Yeah. A bit. Yeah. It's like they all look like kids. That's my problem. They all look like kids. In a nutshell. So listen. Like I said, I am gonna watch it just because I am a TMNT fan. But I I'll be lying if I said that I was completely floored by the trailer. It did kind of take me back a bit. So
yeah, that's fair. When I first saw the trailer, I won't lie, I was kind of disappointed. I don't know why though. Just Baker's comment here says it all. This is not the Turtles I remember as a kid. It just, like you said, it seems like it's pointed at a little more of a general audience than a target audience, which is, a good thing you want to do for movies, capture that bigger audience. It seems more slapsticky than, I wanted. But again, we're talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles here, right? It's going to be at some point. They got a fantastic voice cast. There are some big stars in here, guys. Like, I gotta find the list here. It's crazy.
Here's the thing, though. I'm sorry. I'm just going to address your point because you said it is TMNT. But the thing is, that's my point. It is TMNT. I think people sometimes, especially people that only watch the cartoon series and all that and grew up with that, don't realize that sometimes there's TMNT at its core. It actually is. I don't want to say it's like dark. Actually, no. The Mirage series at the beginning was actually pretty dark, and even the 2007 movie had a bit more of a serious tone to it, and it kind of kept a lot of that essence of the TMNT while still appealing to the general audience. You actually can do both. I think the fear is if you go too dark, you're going to alienate the all ages group. But the thing is, the 2007 movie proved that you could still do a very serious based movie because look, conflict between the brothers and all that, and it was still accessible for all ages. But the problem with this movie is it just feels like it's too accessible. Like they're going too much into. It feels like this is more of a movie that's going to be done just to sell toys and merchandise. I feel.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, you're forgetting that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a franchise, and this movie being more, I guess, comedic or whatever, more aimed at like a lower age target audience. It's not really surprising. I mean, theoretically, they could. If this movie's a success, they'll do sequels or whatever. I can't see them maintain the voice cast across like an animated series or something like that.
That's a high budget voice cast.
Yeah,
by the way. You look at the cast list. That's a
yeah. So if they did spin off an animated series, obviously there would be some new voices, but they do that shit all the time. The thing is, they are intending to do what you're talking about with the more mature stuff. Stuff targeted at an older audience with The Last Ronin. Now, who knows when we'll get that, but it's something that they've, obviously been talking about and working on. So with the resurgence of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from The Last Ronin, I'm not surprised to see them go this route and do something aimed at the younger audience first.
But the thing is that The Last Ronin is almost supposed to be treated like more like an Elseworld series, I find, than like I would have liked, because like this, for all intents and purposes, this is supposed to be the more mainstream of the two. Like Last Ronin is supposed to be more of like an Elseworld.
That's fair, but on the same hand, and keep in mind, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the main series right now is in the midst of a pretty big event for that series. But what do you think's selling more? The regular main series or Last Ronin?
Yeah, but here's the thing though. Last Ronin, I think also what's selling it is the fact that hook about like it's a story that's never been done before, where all three turtles died and only one left. That was like something that Eastman wanted to do for a long time, and it was just the whole appeal of who was the last turtle. That was like a great marketing hook that kind of got people on that series
with new turtles and everything like that. So I mean,
yeah, but
it's gonna have a darker vibe, I would assume.
I would hope so.
Universe. Yeah,
and the thing is, I don't think it's like to your point, Face. I don't think it's going to be a TV series, but I would think that I'm almost certain that I think Seth Rogen has plans of making a series of movies. Like this isn't just going to be a one-off. So
yeah,
that's why.
So.
Yeah, so that's my hope is like this movie. It's almost like how people had criticism of Robert Pattinson's Batman, even though I thought it was a great movie. Some people felt like, Bruce Wayne was not as social as he should be. But I'm like, if that's like the formative years of Bruce Wayne's, and you figure they're going to do more movies where he kind of gets into that role of the socialite Bruce Wayne. So I would think that this movie, I would hope, is more of like a stepping stone in like the future of the TMNT franchise.
Yeah. I think it looked hilarious. I can't wait to see it, to be honest.
Yeah, the animation was great. And Here's a list of some of the voice casts that we're gonna expect.
Yeah,
We got
this is
Seth
fucking-
Rogen.
Wow.
Seth Rogen as Bebop. We got Jackie Chan as Splinter. We got John Cena as Rocksteady. Giancarlo Esposito as Baxter Stockman. We got Ice Cube as Superfly. Post
Dope.
Malone as Ray Fillet.
Dope.
We have Paul Rudd as Mondo. Hey, guys, those are some big names right there.
Yeah.
It's going to be fantastic.
And there's more too. There's more names to be
Oh, yeah, there's more. Like I said, that's just the beginning.
Yeah, what's funny is this is like the second wrestler to play Rocksteady. Sheamus played him in Michael. I almost said Michael Baker's TMNT. Michael Bay's TMNT, and now John Cena's playing him in the animated. So you have two wrestlers that basically played Rocksteady.
Well, you know, TMNT loves its wrestlers. I mean, Super Shredder was Kevin Nash. So.
It's Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
The man who committed suicide by basically killing himself in the first few minutes that he was on screen.
Did you know that? I guess he was in the Punisher movie with Tom Jane too.
He was the Russian.
Yeah, he was the Russian, and there's a scene in there where Tom Jane like stabs him or whatever.
Yes.
So I apparently, and I don't know that this is 100% valid, but I was reading an article that apparently it is pretty valid. They didn't switch out the knife or something like that. It was a real knife. He actually got stabbed.
Oh, that wasn't a prop?
Damn.
No, yeah, it was not a prop. He
prop.
legit got stabbed. Yeah. So, and he just stood there and ate that shit. Like,
damn.
That scene in the movie is supposedly him actually being stabbed. So
that's probably one of the of all the deaths that Thomas Jane enacted in that movie. I honestly think that was probably the worst. Not like it's almost like the most gruesome. Basically, being thrown scalding hot like water at your face to the point that your skin's like shredding. Like that's, I don't know. At least the other dudes got it easy, where they just got a knife, an axe to the head, and all that, and they were done with. This guy had to he got that, and then he got thrown off a railing. That the most shittiest way to go out.
Jesus.
I still have not seen the old Punisher movie.
Dude, you have to. You have to. It's on
good,
Netflix.
man.
It's on Netflix.
Actually not bad.
You owe it to yourself to watch it once at least.
Well, I don't have Netflix anymore, so
it's not horrible. It's not the best thing in the world. Obviously, it's not like the Netflix Punisher. And actually, it's not even the version that Tom Jane wanted to do. He did a YouTube short called Dirty Laundry.
Mm-hmm.
If you look that up, it's pretty dope. That's the kind of Punisher that he wanted to do, and you really get those sort of Punisher from the Netflix vibes from it too. So, but yeah, the first movie, it wasn't bad. The second movie, what was it, Warzone or whatever?
Oh, with Ray Livingston. Yeah, that one didn't.
That was sketchy.
that was forgettable.
Yeah.
That was actually shot in Montreal. A lot of those subway stations and all that, they kind of blurred out, but I recognize taking those subway trains that he was on. So they tried to make it like, I guess, New York City, but yeah, it was as plain as day that he was like in Montreal when they were shooting some of those scenes. Yeah, but honestly, dude, I mean, I don't know how you're gonna seek out to find it because the movie is over. Oh my gosh, what are we? It's like that movie came out like 2000. It came out at the same time as Spider-Man 2, so it's almost like
It did.
20 years old.
That's old.
With the Thomas Jane one?
Yeah, the Thomas Jane one came around 2004,
It was
2005.
like 2002, I thought.
Yeah.
No, not 2002. It was like 2004, 2005. Because I remember I was in uni when I saw that movie, and yeah, that's but honestly, in my opinion, again, I still think it kind of holds up well, like even after 20 years.
I agree. I mean, it wasn't horrible. Like I said, it wasn't the best fucking movie in the world by any means, but I enjoyed it. John Travolta was dope in it. Like, it is what it is.
Do you guys ever go back and watch the older movies? Like you watch back like Ben Affleck, Daredevil, and Ed Norton.
Yeah, all the time, bro.
Yeah.
Anytime I see him like just on the TV, like if I'm flipping through channels or something like that, which I'll be honest, I do a lot less now with the streaming services and whatnot. But Yeah, man. If I see him on the TV or something, I'll let him on and watch it. Or sometimes I'll just throw him on like something on Disney Plus, just for like sort of background noise, I guess.
You know what I find myself doing though? Sometimes I do watch movies that I have seen before, only for the fact because I can do something else and know that like I'm not missing anything because I've already seen this movie. Whereas if I watch something for the first time, I'm like, all right, I need my undivided attention. That's why like I'll put certain movies so like I feel like I can do other stuff while I'm watching the movie, like stuff that I've already seen before.
Oh, I'm like that all the time. All the time.
Yeah.
Baker says Edward Norton is incredible. You know what? I mean, I agree.
I co-sign that statement. Yeah, I think me and Baker are on that same wave on that, where I do feel Norton beats.
Don't get me wrong.
Ruffalo.
I like Ruffalo. I do. Just I like Norton better.
I kind of find, to be honest, he digressed as he played the Hulk further and further. I liked him in the original Avengers movie, and then the further along he went along, it just I don't know. I wasn't feeling his character.
I think that's more to do with how they've written the character, though.
Yeah. It 100% is how they've written the character. No, for sure.
All right, guys. Oh,
what up,
what's going on?
What's going on?
All right, guys. Yeah, like we have stalled long enough, I believe. Dude finally got the Tradecentre slides ready.
Yeah, so I fucked up, guys. I'm sitting here ready to. Yeah, I was ready to put up the trades and realized I didn't make them.
Yeah, so
what happens when BC's not here?
So listen, guys, I'm gonna pull the curtain on. I'm gonna pull the curtain over. So literally, that little riff that we were doing about Punisher and Mark Ruffalo and Hulk, that literally was just to give. We're just biding time for dude. Notice dude contributed nothing to the conversation.
No, not a single
he was busy making slides.
I'm over here making PowerPoint presentations.
Like I was running out of Punisher anecdotes at a certain point, so I was like, dude, when's this fucker gonna get the slide?
Calling DC now.
Right, it's a clusterfuck when he's not here.
Damn.
All right, guys. Well, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. You know
Since
what's up.
Dan putting me to work.
Got it on your keep. You know?
Oh, hold up. Shout out to North 49. What's up?
North 49, thanks for joining us. Best part of my favorite part of the show. I love doing the trade centers.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. First up, we've got Punisher #1 from the miniseries versus Punisher 218, the TV variant. So both of these are around $40 US, which I guess is around what, maybe 50, 60 Canadian, something like that.
Probably around 50, 60, yeah.
Yeah, I think that, I'm sorry.
No, dude, that Punisher 218.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have the price.
Oh, I know.
This one was like
I've been keeping an eye on that variant.
Yeah, what was it, like $1.50 or something like that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, more like
I had
a raw copy is like like around 100 to 150. Yeah.
Woo. Just a couple reasons.
So both of them are around $1.50 US. So yeah, like 175, I think Canadian, somewhere in there, maybe a little more.
That's fair.
Which one are you taking, guys?
Yeah, so if I was offered, a raw copy of Punisher 218 and I had a raw copy of Punisher 1, I'm going to make this plain and simple. I'm going to keep my Punisher #1. First off, because in reality, I don't actually own one. I own about 4 copies of Punisher 218. Only the A cover, though. And I think I have one headshot variant as well. But I do not own the TV variant. Yes, I know John Bernthal, and now he's coming to the MCU. It's fantastic and all. But I'm okay with my 4 copies right now. It's first Frank Castle as War Machine in the War Machine armor. But that Punisher #1 is just a classic cover, and I don't see them too often. So I'm going with Punisher #1.
Yeah, listen, as a Punisher fan, this one's a tough one because I do like to collect those harder to find Punisher, because the thing is, there's not that many Punisher keys like out there that that are hard. Like this is actually one of them, the 218 and Punisher 1, but the 218 is because I think that's also a ratio variant if I'm not mistaken. So there's not that many copies out there. And look, I love John Bernthal as Punisher, but I'm gonna pick Punisher 1 only because it It is his first solo series,
Yeah.
and it's a dope Mike's cover. And generally speaking, when I'm picking between a photo variant and an actual artistic cover, I would tend to side with the cover that's actually drawn and has art to it more than the photo variant. So
Yeah, instead of copying and pasting.
yeah, I mean, I do own that Punisher one, but at some point I do want to own that. I actually got an opportunity to own a 218, but I was hoping for a higher grade, so I kind of
So,
passed on
hold
it.
up,
So
Hyper,
that is,
real quick though. I got to interrupt you for a second because
yeah.
when I was looking this up and I looked at it, and I actually put TV variant for a reason because when I was looking it up and everything like that, and I actually looked at it, it looks like it is drawn rather than a photo variant.
Is it okay?
I believe so.
That's not an actual photo of John Bernthal?
No, it looks drawn.
Oh, that makes it.
Damn. Okay, that changes things.
So,
Okay, that makes a world of. Are you sure though?
It doesn't change my answer though.
Damn, I honestly thought that this was a photo variant, but
I mean, when I looked at it, it looks like it's not a photo. But
okay, that does change it up, but honestly, it doesn't change up my answer too much, just because I'm gonna side with the classic Zek cover on this one. Even though the Punisher 218 variant is a harder book to find, you don't see that many copies floating as opposed to the Zek cover.
Ozzy, how's it going? CPV version. That's fucking
Let's go.
fire right there. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
all right. Marvell, where are you at on this one?
You know what? I like the Punisher one, the mini one. You know, that does stand the test of time, but I kind of want to lean towards the TV variant. You know, like it's something you don't find very often, and you know, as we know, like to chase down scarcity and stuff like that. Like look at like the Wolverine cover and stuff like that. For what's his name? Hugh Jackman to it. They eventually they do hold their value, and like the Guardians of the Galaxy ones, you know, the Chris Evans ones and stuff like that. So there's room for it, and even the Guardians of the Galaxy one that just passed last week with Adam Warlock on it, you know, like those might be like little sleeper hits to hold on to. So I'm gonna
wait. Hold on. There's a photo variant of the
Adam Warlock. Yes, it's coming out. Yeah. It was on FLC last weekend.
Okay, all right. Well,
for today,
I guess.
Hey,
yeah, it's for today.
You know how those photo variants go, man.
Well, it's exactly the fact that, you know, when you have a beloved character, you know, just like Hugh Jackman, stuff like that, you know, like that's people say like this is my Wolverine. Well, you know what? And then look at the price you pay for just to find those photo variants that you could have found easily years ago that you never did. So,
do you guys, Marvel? Do you remember that Chadwick Boseman variant that exploded after he died?
Yes, I do.
And that honestly, that kind of pissed me off, just because the man wasn't even buried, and people are already hawking it on eBay for like I don't know. I take exception to the fact when people capitalize on someone's death like that, because that book was that book was sitting at my LCS all day for like $10-15. Luckily, I got it for cover, but the fact that when he died, they kind of hawked that variant on eBay, and you could tell because those are new listings. It kind of a little side rant on that.
All right, for me, so this one's actually kind of, I guess, like a bit of a personal decision. My collection, you know, is pretty big. I pull a lot of books every week, but it's actually not anywhere as near as big as what it could be. I lost my collection probably about 12 years ago, I think, in a fire. And yeah, the Punisher one from the miniseries was one that was in that, and I haven't had the chance to replace it yet. You do see it all over the place, whereas you don't see the Punisher 218, you know, especially that variant, you know, anywhere near as much. But I'm a huge Punisher fan. I got to replace that Punisher one in my collection at some point. So, oh, there we go. Okay. Gooey Villanova art on 218. So, yeah, it's not a photo cover.
Wow.
Damn. Well, he does a very that was a very convincing job. Yeah.
He needs to do more covers. Shit.
Yeah, it's fucked up. That's messed. I love
I didn't have a cover. I never saw this cover in person. To be honest, I only seen it on the internet. So
honestly, I wish I could answer both of them because I really do want both of them.
Yeah, no, same.
But yeah, until I do get that Punisher one back in my collection, I'm gonna have to lean that way for now.
Yeah.
So we're 3-1. I think we're 3-1 on that.
Yeah,
I think chat was pretty split. It looked like
they were. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw some 218s. I saw some.
Yeah, for sure.
Punisher one. Yeah.
Well, hold on tight, guys, because we've got another.
Yeah, we're gonna keep the theme the same. And hitting with the second trade slide. This is the last one we got for the night, guys. So we're going all in on it. These are both around $40. We got it right this time. US, about $50 Canadian or so, I think. We got Punisher number 1 from the initial ongoing series, or Punisher Kills the Marvel Universe. Just, getting the first ongoing cover going on there, it's always cool for a character to do. Yeah. And that Punisher Kills the Marvel Universe, you just don't see that shit a lot at all.
So. No, you don't.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, how old is that Punisher Kills the Marvel Universe? Was that before or after the Deadpool one? I'm kind of assuming that's kind of the same.
I feel it's the same around the same time.
Same time.
Yeah, I think it was near the same time, but I do believe it was right after.
Because I'm also basing it off that Marvel insignia that they have on the cover. It was right around that time, like So yeah, I think it's around that time.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Honestly, guys, both of these books I don't really care for. I cared more about, the first little Punisher miniseries from the last trade, but just, Punisher one from the first.
Too bad you're mounting the controls. I could the whole boo this man. We need that boo this man.
You know what, but I'll boo myself. Fine.
Thank you.
Boo this man!
Face beat me to it. But
all right, Face also has control. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Ask and you shall receive.
But I gotta go with Punisher Kills the Marvel Universe on this one. Just a dope ass cover, and I'm sure I haven't read it, but I'd love to read a story of Punisher killing the Marvel Universe and just taking down a whole bunch of people, and not even just your regular street villains. You're going after different heroes and villains. I'm going with Punisher Kills Marvel Universe on this.
Yeah. So this is actually the second slide where I'm actually going to pick the cover that I actually have versus the cover that I don't have, but I still want. I'm going with Marvel. With Punisher number 1 because, like your slide shows, it's his first ongoing series, so there is some significance to that issue. And Punisher Kills the Marvel Universe. It's a cool concept and story, but it's also more like an Elseworld as opposed to the actual Punisher one. And I always and it didn't occur to
if you are into I guess like keys for like writers or artists, it's I think it's Enos's first Marvel work. So
oh really? That Punisher Kills the Marvel? Oh, okay, that's cool. Okay. Yeah, I mean, look, like I mentioned before, there's a handful of Punisher keys that I still want to add to the PC. This is one of them. But someone pointed out, and it never occurred to me until I saw it again. It's always kind of funny how the way he's positioning his bazooka, he's not exactly strategically like that blowback that he's gonna get. He's gonna fly off the balcony.
Some recoil on that, man.
So
I mean, he's the fucking Punisher. He'll be all right.
Yeah. He literally is. He literally is at the edge of the railing. He's gonna fall right off the building from that shot.
Did you see that Netflix series? He is fucking inhuman.
Yeah, true.
No one survives that amount of blood loss.
Yeah, nobody.
Or bad guys with shitty aim.
Right.
But I'm just gonna go with Punisher 1, like I said, because it is the actual ongoing and it's more in canon. So I'm going with Punisher 1.
Okay.
Marvel.
I think I might side with Dude as well. I actually have the Punisher one. on the left-hand side. So Hyper, if you want, I'll dig it out for you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I like the cover. You know what? Sometimes if just like dude, I don't really care for either one of them. I bought the Punisher one on a whim. It was like X dollars. But yeah, like the cover for the Punisher Kills the Marvel Universe, like, it draws to me like the amount of detail, the amount of characters in there, just the way that the titling,
the stack of bodies.
Yeah, the way the title fits, it's cool. So I'd probably go with that.
Oh yeah. Face.
All right. Well, for me, I mean, it's pretty easy because I do have the Punisher one from the ongoing series, and I have not come across the Punisher Kills Marvel Universe. So yeah, I would go with the Punisher Kills just for that reason. If I didn't have the Punisher #1 though, I would probably go with it.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you like if it was like a level playing field and you had neither.
Yeah, if it was a level playing field, I would go with Punisher #1 from the ongoing series.
Okay,
that's fair.
All right, guys. Well, that's the show that we got for tonight. I mean, you know, it's always a clusterfuck when BC isn't here. I mean,
oh no, we suck again.
It's a clusterfuck when you're here, so you know.
True. But we made it. We got to the end. So
we're good, streaky. Yes!
Well, not all of us, but
all
it's
right,
too cold outside.
So,
I'll be there.
Dude.
Wait, what?
Yeah, right. Dude, tell them what we got going on.
All right, guys. So it's actually our off week for the Hall Show. So no Hall Show this week. But we will be back at it next Thursday, 7 p.m. till 8 p.m. Eastern time. And we got some hauls for you guys. You know, K-Man and I just bought a collection together. So we got some books to show off. And if any of you guys in the chat want to come on and hang out, whether you have hauls to show or not, you know, hit up any of us Kingpins. And next Thursday, 7 p.m., we'll send you the link and you can hop on the show. We're just looking for people to hang out, you know. Come stop by, hang out, have a drink or two, have a smoke, whatever. Other than that, guys,
quick,
what's that?
I was gonna say real quick to jump in and answer Baker's question. Actually, yes, I did get the mail. I have not got to open it yet or anything like that, but it did arrive today right before the show. So yeah, Baker has donated some stuff for that 500 giveaway. So
nice.
Awesome.
We got a lot of good stuff we're gonna be giving away. So
yeah,
awesome.
we have a lot of stuff, honestly.
And dude, I want to just do a quick plug as well. So yesterday was the Oscars, but fuck that, I was watching the Last of Us season finale. So
right.
I'll actually be doing the final recap of the final episode right after this show on TU Nerd Hurt. So if it is going to be spoiler talk, so don't watch if you haven't seen the series up until this point. But yeah, if you have and you want to just discuss Last of Us, hop on over.
I'll be there. I just watched it today, man. That was a good finale. I'll give them that.
That was, yeah. That's I don't want to say anything more. Otherwise, I might spoil something. So I'll just say it lived up to what I was hoping for. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, and as Dan was saying here, Dan's got some stuff for the 500 giveaway. We got stuff from Mr. Tim Sinkovitz. We got stuff from Hero. We got stuff from a bunch of different people. I think K-Man is giving some stuff away as well. So, guys, you know, let's get to 500 and let's have a good time. Other than that, we'll be back at it this Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern time to go over Royally Fucked as we go over some previews world and put in our pre-orders and let you know what we're picking up. And that's it. We'll be back here next Monday, 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. Eastern time for Previously On.
All right, guys, that's the show. And don't forget to check out Pressable Defects. I know they're coming up here at 9. Team Nerd Herd, they got theirs going on. And 22 Comics, definitely check him out. I mean,
yeah,
some good YouTube comic book shows going on. So make the rounds, guys. Make the rounds. Hit that like, subscribe, do all the good YouTube stuff. And we'll see you back here on Saturday.
You know it. We'll be here.
Later, guys.
Peace.
Peace.